There is nothing more confusing than this. A married man looks at you with desire, but when the moment arrives, he rejects you. His words say no, but his eyes refuse to let go. His distance cuts deep, yet his presence burns stronger than silence. This contradiction is not only his port, it is a mirror of the unconscious, reflecting hidden truths about longing, desire, and the way women carry forbidden attraction far beyond the moment itself. CARL Jung once wrote that we are never only dealing with the other person, we are always encountering the hidden layers of ourselves. And when a married man rejects you, but still shows signs of wanting you, what you are really meeting is not just his conflict, but your own. The conscious world says no. The unconscious whispers yes. And inside that tension lies a powerful revelation. On the surface, rejection feels final. He draws a line, reminds you of his vows, places you outside the circle of what he has promised. But rejection mixed with desire is not clean. It carries the weight of contradiction. He resists, but not fully. He steps back, but his gaze lingers. He holds onto boundaries, yet allows his energy to betray him. This paradox is what makes the situation unforgettable, because the human psyche, especially the feminine psyche, is deeply responsive to contradiction. Desire that is denied yet still visible takes on a power that ordinary attraction never reaches. When a man is married, the stakes are higher. The ring on his finger is not just a sign of loyalty, it is a symbol. It tells you he has chosen, that he has promised, that he belongs. But when his body language or his eyes reveal longing despite that promise, it awakens a complex mix of feelings. You feel rejected, but also chosen. You feel denied, but secretly desired. And that duality creates emotional fire. Jung believed that symbols carry energy far greater than logic. The married man becomes a living symbol of stability and devotion. Yet his desire transforms him into something else entirely, the one who both denies and awakens. The mind cannot easily resolve that paradox, so it circles around it again and again. Why did he say no if he wanted me? Why does he want me? If he says no, the loop becomes magnetic, and the more you try to make sense of it, the more entangled you become. In those moments, it is not only about him, it is about you. What part of you is awakened by the rejection? What hidden longing comes alive when someone both pushes you away and pulls you closer through desire? The unconscious seizes contradictions like this because they expose what has been sleeping within. For some women, it is the hunger to be chosen fully, the desire to feel worth breaking the rules. For others, it is the fear of intimacy disguised as longing for what cannot be reached. Either way, the encounter with a married man who rejects you while still desiring you forces hidden truths to rise. And this is why such situations stay alive in memory. The rejection itself does not close the door, because desire leaves it half open. That half-open door is what the unconscious latches onto, because it is unfinished. Unfinished stories are the ones we cannot stop telling ourselves. We replay the look, the words, the silence, searching for meaning in the fragments. The married man becomes less a person and more a symbol of unfinished desire. The truth, as Jung reminds us, is that attraction always carries meaning. What you feel in that paradox is not random. It is your soul using another person to reveal its own hidden needs. The rejection shows you one truth. The desire shows you another. Together they form the mirror you are meant to face. Rejection mixed with desire creates an open wound that does not close with time. It is not just the sting of hearing no, it is the weight of knowing the no was not complete. His body betrayed him. His eyes lingered where they should not. His voice carried hesitation even as his words tried to sound firm. And it is that contradiction, undeniable sense that you are wanted but denied, that ties itself into memory like a knot you cannot untangle. The mind does not release contradictions idly. In fact, it feeds on them. It circles around the unanswered moment again and again, searching for clarity that never comes. You replay his glance, the pause before he turned away, the energy that pulled toward you even as his steps moved back. Instead of fading with distance, the moment grows sharper in imagination. Silence becomes louder than words. Distance becomes heavier than presence. And every time you revisit the memory, the fire does not weaken, it burns brighter, fueled by the unanswered questions it left behind. Was his rejection about loyalty or about fear? Was it truly devotion to another, or was it weakness to resist what he felt? Did he mean what he said, or was his no only a shield to protect both of you from something stronger? These questions multiply in the quiet hours and with them the attraction grows, because when desire is denied but not erased, it becomes a shadow that follows you. This is why forbidden attraction holds a power no ordinary desire can match. It is never clean, never simple, never complete. It opens doors only to leave them half shut, and half-shut doors are impossible to ignore. The married man becomes both a wall and a window. On one side, the symbol of commitment and stability. On the other, the glimpse of passion that should not exist. To the conscious mind, this is contradiction. But to the unconscious, this is fire, and it is fire that lingers. You are not only remembering him, you are remembering who you were in that moment. The version of you that was desired even when denied. The part of you that felt the thrill of being chosen in silence, even as you were pushed away in words. That part of you is hard to let go of, because it is raw, alive, and charged with energy that ordinary encounters rarely awaken, so you carry him in memory. But more than that, you carry yourself, the you that surfaced in his presence, the you that felt irresistible even in rejection, the you that was reminded of the hidden hunger you have carried quietly, sometimes for years. His contradiction did not only show you his conflict, it revealed your own. And until you face what it stirred inside you, the knot remains tied, the fire remains burning, and the story remains unfinished. Before we continue, if someone awakened a part of you you could not protect, the Jung method can help. It reveals the patterns behind mixed signals and shows how to protect your heart while staying yourself. The link is pinned in the first comment. When a man's no carries the heat of a hidden yes, the mind tries to solve him like a puzzle. That is how you stay trapped. You keep reading his eyes, his pauses, his sudden presence, his sudden distance. You wait for a moment that never fully arrives, and you feed the bond with attention. The first step is to stop decoding him and start decoding what this contradiction awakens in you. Name it clearly. I felt desired and denied at the same time. I felt chosen and excluded at once. Speak it out loud or write it down. What is named becomes visible. What is visible can be moved. Now bring the body back into the story. Mixed signals live in the nervous system. Your heart races when he enters the room. Your breath gets shallow when he looks away. Anchor yourself. Place both feet on the floor. Inhale slowly for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Repeat until your pulse returns to you. This is how you refuse to let his presence decide your state. Calm is a boundary you can keep even when words fail. Then reclaim the projection. Notice the qualities you placed on him when his eyes betrayed. His words, strength, certainty, passion, protection. Ask yourself which of these you have neglected in your own life. Choose one and practice it today in a small way. Speak the sentence you avoid, keep the promise you owe yourself. Do one brave thing that belongs only to you. Each act pulls the projection back where it belongs. Close the half-open door. Half-open doors feed fantasy. Choose a clear rule and honor it. Do not linger. In private chats, do not accept invitations that blur lines. Do not stand in the places where the gaze becomes a story. Clarity creates peace. You are not punishing yourself. You are protecting your future from a loop that steals time. Give the memory somewhere to go. Write the letter you will never send. Say exactly what the moment left unsaid. Then put the letter away and choose a ritual that says it is over for now. Fold it once, tie it with a ribbon, place it in a box, or delete the draft and breathe. Rituals teach the body that a chapter has been closed even when the mind tries to reopen it. Return your attention to what is available. Desire grows where attention lives. Put your attention where love can actually stand. Call the friend who keeps her word. Sit with someone who looks at you without hiding. Build the life that welcomes you back each night. Available energy heals the wound that the unavailable carved. Strengthen your non-negotiable. Write 3 sentences you can carry into any room. I do not share my heart with someone who is already promised. I do not chase mixed signals. I do not confuse intensity with love. Keep these sentences where you can see them. Read them when the memory flares. These are not walls. They are doors that open toward your future. If you must meet him, decide the posture before you arrive. Shoulders back, breath low and steady, eyes soft and brief, words simple and kind. Keep the conversation in the daylight where it belongs. Refuse the corners where silence turns into stories. You are not cold. You are clear. Transform the ache into movement. The energy that circled around him can fuel your growth. Learn a new skill. Train your body. Create something with your hands. Put music in your space and let it move you. Attraction is energy. Energy can be shaped. When you shape it, the memory stops shaping you. Tell the truth to one person you trust. Shame keeps the loop alive. Say I felt wanted and rejected at the same time, and it confused me. Let someone who loves you look at you without judgment. Seen in truth dissolves the private fog where fantasy grows. Finally, choose the story you will live. Not the story of almost, not the story of what if. The story of a woman who knows her worth and respects her heart. A woman who can feel desire without letting desire decide. A woman who closes the half-open door because she is building a home inside herself that does not welcome ambivalence. If he returns with the same contradiction, you will recognize it faster. You will feel the old current try to pull you under, and you will stand anyway. You will remember that peace is worth more than sparks that burn out in the dark. You will remember that your life moves where your attention goes. You will place your attention on what is real, kind, steady, and brave. This is how the spell breaks. Not by proving anything to him, not by waiting for him to choose what he already promised elsewhere. The spell breaks when you choose yourself, in small ways every day, when you return your breath to your body, when you return your power to your choices, when you return your future to your own hands. If a man's no keeps hiding a yes, do not chase the yes, honor the no, honor yourself, and walk toward the life that can hold you with both hands. Desire mixed with rejection leaves echoes that spread through every layer of the mind. You try to move forward, but the memory pulls you back. You try to close the door, but a part of you listens for footsteps on the other side. That is the power of contradiction. It makes endings feel impossible. A clean rejection can be accepted. A clear desire can be pursued. But when both arrive together, the heart is left spinning, searching for an answer that never appears. Attraction in this form becomes less about the man and more about the uncertainty he created. The moments replay not because they were extraordinary, but because they were unfinished. Unfinished stories are heavy. They follow you into silence, into dreams, into moments where nothing else should be present. And the more you try to suppress them, the louder they return. This is why boundaries matter more than feelings. Feelings shift with every look, every silence, every remembered word. Boundaries remain steady. Boundaries remind you who you are, even when desire tries to pull you into places you do not belong. Setting them does not mean you are cold. It means you refuse to be consumed by contradiction. And in time, this steadiness becomes more powerful than longing. It also helps to understand the pattern behind the desire. Many women who encountered this paradox discover they have faced it before. Not always with married men, but with men who were unavailable, distant, or divided. The surface details change, but the core remains the same. A bond forms. It feels alive, but it never becomes whole. Instead, it lingers in fragments, keeping you hooked. Seeing this as a pattern allows you to step out of it. You realize it was never about one man. It was about something in you that keeps being drawn toward half-open doors. The key is not to punish yourself for it, but to become curious. Ask, what do I crave in those moments of contradiction? Is it the thrill of risk, the validation of being noticed when I should not be, the fantasy of being powerful enough to make someone betray their own limits? Each answer carries truth, and truth dissolves confusion. Because once you know what you are seeking, you no longer mistake him for the source. You see that the desire was always yours, and so was the power to redirect it. Another practice is to shift how you carry the memory. Right now it feels like fire, but fire can be reshaped. When it rises, do not resist it. Channel it. Walk, run, write, dance, breathe until your body has spent it. Energy that is expressed loses its grip. Energy that is trapped turns into obsession. Every time you turn the memory into movement, you weaken its control over you. And slowly, clarity begins to return. You notice the contradiction losing its glamour. The look in his eyes no longer feels like proof of destiny. It feels like what it was, a moment of weakness, a fragment of longing that did not belong to you. His rejection no longer feels mysterious. It feels clear, final, and necessary. And with that shift, the loop begins to dissolve. What remains is not him. What remains is youth, a woman who walked through the fire of contradiction and came out with stronger boundaries, deeper self-knowledge, and clearer desire. The woman who no longer chases half-open doors because she has built a home inside. herself that no one else can deny. That is the true ending of this story. Not the fantasy of being chosen by someone who already belongs elsewhere, but the reality of choosing yourself so completely that no contradiction can shake you again.